A long time no seen. I'm back in the business, guys. I'm back in the Elite Series Division 2. It feels really nice to be here again. And of course, next to me, it's probably the best caster we have in the entire bunch of casters. I mean, you saw one new face yesterday, but it's an old face today. It's QG, the best. I mean, how could it be a bad cast with you? It's so good to see you.
Yeah, thank you, Fresh Tana, for the intro. We also have the wonderful Fresh Tana here, and you can also see my pirate tattoo I got from the kids at work.
Oh,
Um,
that's really cool, actually.
yeah, it's glitter, you see.
Yeah. The best part of glitter is everybody has glitter. I mean,
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
and and you know I'm part cosplaying Gangplank, so
perfect.
perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, what's also perfect is the bracket. I hope we can just quickly get the bracket to see what happened yesterday. Of course, Dynasty with a clean sweep against Full Clear Esports, getting into the semifinals, and a really big upset, PERTINAX getting the 3-0 against Rifsloss, who played the first 3 games, I believe, with a substitute ADC, but Adafla couldn't carry them, and then they still lost against PERTINAX, which was maybe the biggest upset we saw in the whole split. So that's a really big surprise. What is more surprising for you, Rift's loss losing or Dynasty stomping?
Yeah, at first I'm kind of happy someone beat the Rift loss in a best of 5. Because you can see that they are not as strong as we thought in the whole season. They are beatable, and I think teams now are now finding out how they are beatable. And but I'm really happy about the Dynasty full clear trio sweep, because Dynasty is very good, and they also showed that in the last playoffs, and also in the whole season they showed us that they can make it to actually the finals, in my opinion.
Yeah, a totally strong team, of course, with my boy Humulu in the jungle. Let's just explain this little chart you see. We have, of course, the two main matches, then 2 teams advance to the semifinals, and then, of course, the winner advanced to the final, which I think the team who wins finals gets promoted into Division 1. And then, of course, we have some sort of a lower bracket or loser bracket, sometimes it's called. So the both losing teams from the first 2 matches drop down to lower. That's why Rifts lost and Full Clear are playing there again. And then the winner of that match plays against the semi-final loser. And then, of course, you can advance to the upper bracket again. So we maybe see like the big rise of Rifts lost climbing a tree and getting back into the finals. Who knows? But today it's really a banger matchup, PERTINAX against Dynasty. So 2 teams who really got close into the first playoffs. I think it was really one of the closest playoff races we had. Like, I think PERTINAX needed to almost have a lot of luck, and I think Dynasty just did it with like 7-7 or something. So it was really close in the end anyway. And yeah. So and now, because the top 4 teams play this promotion tournament, we see this matchup again, which is really cool to see. And I think we have some team stats actually prepared for you guys, just to talk about both teams briefly, because the pick and ban phase, of course, will start soon. And I think we start with PERTINAX if it's up. Oh no, yeah, there's PERTINAX. So yeah, what can we see here, QG? Just a quick summary.
The games are the shortest, and the average game times are 8 minutes apart. The shortest game is 26 minutes and 25 seconds. And the average game time is 34. It's actually in this meta I think it's a lot. Because normally the games stop at the 30-minute mark. Because then you lose a team fight at Dragon, and then the game's just over. The average gold per minute is 366. And the minion average CS is 6.3. And the damage per minute is 523. I think that's actually mid. It's good. It's not that high, it's not that low. You see that the most damage, in my opinion, comes from the late game. That's why their games are so long. And also the average damage per minute goes down the longer the games are. So normally, and you have the average KDA that's 3.2. That's actually good. It's positive.
Yeah, and maybe we can get the Dynasty just really quick. And I think two of the most important stats here actually in. I thought Dynasty would have maybe some bigger stats, especially in CS per minute or KDA, but actually really even. I think a little bit less of damage, and maybe even a little bit less gold actually. But I think the shortest game was a little bit quicker, and I think average game time is roundabout even. I think Dynasty is a little bit quicker, but who knows? But those are the stats. I believe we have Champs Select coming up soon, so we don't have too much time to talk about it. But yeah, it's just some really two teams who are really close to each other, just stats wise. So
yeah, but
that will be a banger.
It looks like Dynasty can finish their games faster and also with less damage and with a better KDA. It probably means that they don't poke that much, they engage more and just burst everything down or DPS down and then just get the kills. It also means that they are more consistent in finishing. Well, I think they were 2 minutes faster on average game time, and I think that's a lot if you play. How many games did you play? 10?
A lot of games.
10 or more?
Actually.
No, it's 4. Well, it were a lot of games in my opinion, but the 2 minutes average game time is a lot in League of Legends. That's like a lot of Lux ults out there, you know, like maybe 40 Lux ults, and yeah, that's the thing. Also, 23 minutes shortest game time is pretty fast.
Yep.
That's, I think, a stomp, and it was not from players from yesterday. I don't know the time that they how they finished the game, but these stats are all from before these players.
Oh, good to know actually. Good to know. Yeah. So definitely a really close matchup. I believe Dynasty will get into it as a little favorite, at least in my opinion. Dynasty is a really strong team, and I mean they stomped through the last season's second place team almost. I mean, at least end of season, not in the actual playoffs, but full clear. Did a good job in the normal season, so just stomping them 3-0 means a lot in my opinion. And yeah, PERTINAX of course. With this really clutch 3-1 against Rifts, they come in really strongly and with a good push in the mental game, right? Because I mean, you just beat a Rift loss, so I mean that's counting for something.
That gives you a big boost, but it could be also an ego boost that you're too confident and you just underestimate Dynasty. But also Dynasty also won games against Rift loss, so
yeah,
you have to take care what will happen. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Dark UniQ is always one of the good AD carries, and I think the teams are switched. Dynasty is on blue side, so not let you be disturbed by the things. I just got disturbed, I thought. Since when is Dark UniQ playing on PERTINAX? But yeah, and there's the Gangplank. I'm cosplaying, so no, it's the Kaiser pick. And yeah, some decent bans. We are playing on 13-17 on the current patch, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So yeah, therefore, because I see a Javan ban, and he's very strong at the moment. With the Spear of Sojin Black Cleaver build, you can swag flag every 3 seconds. So your knock up is always there, your E is always up, so you can even double knock up with 2 flags. And it looks like some arena games though. Then there's Xayah, and there's also probably going to be the Rakan. It's also very good. It's one of the best comms out there. But no, the Xin Zhao, they actually buffed him for Bruiser. He's very popular at the moment. Also not that bad. His build is very good. You heal more. Also with the Gore Drinker build, you heal even more and more. And with the cooldown reduction, you have your CC and your spells, and you can just do stuff as a Bruiser. He's a bit of a weaker Draven, I'd say. But there's the poke comp for Kai'Sa and Jace. They are picked up for Frankie.
It's a pretty normal response to a Xayah, right? Just poking her instead of hard engaging into her makes a lot of sense. Even against Xin Zhao, I mean, his only engage is rather not that high in range, so you can just poke him as well, and he really needs to get close to even try to engage on you. And then especially with Jace, you just smack him away. So, and then there's Rel, just to have some sort of an engage opportunity, because you need at least one go button, you could say. But
the go button.
But PERTINAX, and by the way, just for Regie, PERTINAX and Dynasty, just from the names on the top, need to be swapped, of course, and logos as well. Anyway, Alistair, good response into Rel. And so far, good stuff from both sides. I would assume. I think the poke comp is maybe a little bit stronger at the moment, at least. No, you need to ban away some hard engage opportunities, especially like Sejuani could be a ban, because we saw Sejuani at least in 2 of those 4 games from PERTINAX, Sejuani top lane. And I mean, she would fit really well with Xin Zhao, and maybe even a Sion ban, but there is already like a comfort pick out of the pockets for PERTINAX. I mean, their top laner is just a really strong Aatrox player, so just banning it away definitely makes sense.
Yeah, and we also have the top laners are being banned away. These strong laners. Aatrox, I think, is more on the Bruiser build now. Also with the cooldown ability haste reduction build. Tanks are gone, so we'll probably see I think Gnar is still open and it's not that bad. Also, I think Gnar would fit into Dynasty to have one more go button, and also the frontliner to eat the poke of Kai'Sa and Jace. With the Alistar is a good setup, and so Xin Zhao can follow up, and he's not the first to get burned down. But they are picking the Orianna to actually make it one of a very good team comp. Orianna with the ball and the ults and stuff.
And of course, you already saw the chase, so you don't want to just blind pick top lane if you can just pick a mid laner now against Frankie. Definitely was a good decision. But there comes a blind pick Fiora, and just from the team comp already by PERTINAX, they really expect like a tank now, like a Sejuani, like any other hard engage. So they just believe that there will be a tank pick up, and then Fiora can just try to match it. And especially with this poke comp, you just want to sit far away and get some time for your Fiora. So I think it makes sense for them. They just drafted some more disengage with the Poppy. So Dynasty with a really clear game plan here, playing poke, playing for the split push, which both of them could work really well. And especially if Fiora plays this matchup right, Malphite has to suffer a lot.
Yeah, but it's almost full AD from Dynasty, and against a Malphite, and also against a Xin Zhao can just build Death's Dance as his only armor item. That's hard. The Poppy as a counter for Alistar, as it seems, and also for Maklar, who just wants to dash in to defend the Kai'Sa, but I like the PERTINAX comp more. It's
Okay.
go button everywhere. And also, I don't like full AD comms because they are very hard to play. You need to be ahead in the early game. If you fall behind, the enemy can just... You don't do damage because they build one armor item against your whole team, and then you just... Yeah, your damage on 4 lanes are gone.
Yeah, but I
So,
mean, AP Poke Kaiser is definitely a good AP source, and I mean they don't want to team fight anyway, so just stacking armor against them does not really hurt them, just because they never want to team fight anyway. But here we are back in the business. We are back in game one. PERTINAX against Dynasty in this promotion tournament, in the semifinals of the promotion tournament. What a banger! Dynasty against PERTINAX, and just from the team comps. By the way, for Regie, even like the layout here is slightly incorrect, with
oh,
PERTINAX and
holy
Dynasty
moly.
needing to get swapped. What
Oh,
holy moly!
oh, there was a...
What?
my heart. It just
What?
exploded in the sky. Holy shit, there's a thunderstorm outside. Oh, the sound.
Oh no!
Oof. It just scared. Oh, damn. I'm sorry.
Just don't die, please. I
No,
would
it's
really
fine,
like
it's
that.
fine, it's fine.
Uh, yeah, but I mean, I actually like the team comp of Dynasty, and I even tried to get out of this bot lane matchup with this really strong um, lane swap. No, not lane swap, but flex pick with Rel, just getting her out of the jungle, which I really like. So they now have the Poppy support, which is not really the strongest support in my opinion. Oh, she goes for the stun, which is really good trading here as so far against Leolas. Worked out really well. And I mean, Alistair on level 1 is not really a strong one. So just poking him down is definitely a good play by Crablord.
Yeah, and you can always poke with the shield from Poppy, so you just wait and then just hit it. Um, and yeah, but I think Kai'Sa could be stronger if they fight at level 3 at least.
Yeah, but you want to punish Alistair on level 1. Just
Yeah.
because he has no champion, as long as he has not his 2 abilities. A lot of Kaiser poke actually coming out. And just by lanes, I mean, they probably have prio bot laner, I would assume, just because Alistar can never push against Poppy. Then you have probably prio with Chase in the mid lane. And maybe even prio. I mean, prio against Malphite, but it's a good matchup, and Malphite probably can never really trade against Fiora. So, looks good just from the lanes for Dynasty. So, I really liked how they drafted it. No, we even have EM sound.
Let's go. Yeah, and it's also easier for Poppy to get these last hits. Because the shield throw is done as a melee attack, or maybe say a
Oh
gank
no, I
hit.
tried to at least gank that, but Frankie of course is safe. That's what I meant. And Champ Select, you can just always smack things away. So this Sing Song engage isn't really the best hard engage. Then you have Poppy against Alistar, so you really need Malphite actually. But there comes the engage from Poppy, but she gets immediately stunned, gets pulled back into the turret, and at the moment Alistar even survives its first part for the cow, and there's Sing Sao in the 2v1 situation, but he cannot really go for Dark UniQ. Good stun there, good knock up there, but now she gets knocked up again, and now Makala even is in the 1v1 situation. He flashes onto Dark UniQ, and that's enough probably for PERTINAX. Double kill there. What a game at the moment by PERTINAX, the spot lane.
Yeah, the Shin Sao is ahead. That's gonna be a pain. He has 2 kills. Anissa has 1. Only Mr. Hub died. Yeah, it's a 3-for-1. But unfortunately, Mr. Hub only got one assist. I think at the moment the Alistar out of that skirmish is the richest.
Yeah, he got a lot of gold, yeah. But I mean, isn't too bad. I mean, Alistar got 1 kill, so it's not the worst case scenario. But especially this Xing Sao now could definitely try to run down this game. Oh, the Hazaki combos. Just this Q combined with the W. Always scary because usually if she dashes forward, you kinda press at least vulnerability just to punish her for dashing into you. And then it immediately gets blocked. So those quick Fiora combos are really annoying because you can't trade against it. And I mean, she already has a big lane lead just from the CS. That's what I meant. You basically have a free scaling lane, you basically have a free matchup. He can never ever try to ult you as long as you have your repose and if Hasaki is quick enough at least. So it will be a tough one, and because I already mentioned, I think Zhao cannot really engage and Alistair cannot really engage against Poppy, so you really need this Malphite with Orianna engage, and then Fiora has a lot of free time to demolish your turrets. So even though they are at the moment behind in gold, I believe that the team comp still can hold up to what they drafted, but of course things out could be a nuisance now.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting to mention that Fiora bought a tier just to.
Oh, the shockwave, but he cannot connect.
Yeah, Fiora bought a tier just because she has free scaling. She can go for that mana Muna later, or Muramana. Have that AD and some more dashing potential.
It's a really interesting item builder, but why not? I mean, I know she even goes for those trades, but I mean those are always in her favor, and you already see because of the tier she has endless mana, while Malphite now needs to go base. But PERTINAX still with the better early game, getting the first Drake, which helps all lanes. The regeneration definitely helps to sustain for the champions who have no locked in sustain for themselves. So good play there by Makula and the rest of the squad. But of course, Umulu at least goes for a little cross map play and steals red buff.
Yeah, but is it work? Oh no, it don't. It doesn't. He got cancelled.
Yeah. Almost good communication there by Makula, just telling his team that they need to at least try to secure red buff, so Humulu couldn't snack it.
Yeah, and also Malphite needs like the Bramble Vest, and I think it will be very hard for Fiora to actually poke him down. He probably has second wind in his build, in his runes, so he can just sustain up with the Dawn Shield. And if there's no Divine Thunderer, I think it will get harder and harder to poke the Malphite down.
Yeah, but she still scales, so
yeah, and deals true damage. But
yeah, so she just doesn't care. She's Fiora. I mean, she's a duelant, while he is a stone, right? I mean, what can a stone do against a sharp sword?
Yeah, can you like cut a stone in half?
I mean, rock paper scissors normally. The rock
wins.
Destroys the scissors, but I mean this sword man it's really sharp and deals 2 damage somehow. So, I mean, it's plague magic. I mean, normally a sword couldn't do it, but in this case, probably she had a deal with a devil or something. So this sword cuts really well through stones, even though it's not possible, but she can do it.
Yeah, we don't know how, but she can.
Do you think she is like a mage or something, or she is like a warlock or however? Oh, there comes the hard engage, but in the end, just dashed away. But this stone is pretty tanky against Jason Poppy, so nobody can join on it. But they just got flash from Frankie for the unstoppable force.
Yeah, come again with your question?
I mean, do you think Fira is like a dark magician or something, or a warlock, or had to deal with the devil because like true damage on a sword? I mean, come on, how is that even possible? Then there needs to be some sort of magic involved with it. But there comes, oh what? How did they stop the shockwave? I don't know. There was no shockwave. Oh, that makes sense. Anyway, but the hard engage. Oh, Leolas survived the blast tower shot. Oh no, it was close. I think the ultimate of Sing Sao looked like a shockwave because it was like this really round and circly and stuff, but it was not shockwave, so nobody died except Leolas.
It was the Rel ult.
Yeah, it was probably a combination.
There's so many circle ults here.
Yeah.
Fiora, Rel. Then you have Poppy W. You have Shin Sao. You have Oriana. What is this?
Plenty.
Going in circles, yeah.
Yeah, so circles are winning.
It's a circle of life.
Yeah, totally.
Do we see game?
Oh, there comes a Leolas engage onto Kaiser, but no, he is on the wrong side and he's just a support, so
there was
not
nobody.
really kill threat.
Unfortunately, there was nobody. How are you seeing now? Fiora can't poke the shield anymore with one weak spot. See, there's a little bit of rest, so yeah, but she can dash.
Yeah,
I hate that champ.
She has plenty of damage to get through the stone. Even though it maybe takes 2 Qs or something, but I think, especially if she has her first item. I mean, Divine Thunderer or maybe Trinity, but I think it's Divine Thunderer already because of the hammer, right? With it, she can just go in always and probably get the full shield. Anyway, next strike for PERTINAX. It's really played slowly by Dynasty, not going for any objective in the early game, which I do not really like. But of course, things are also way stronger at the moment, so they need to at least respect him a little bit. There was a little engage there, and now with the shockwave, they can maybe even go for Humulu. Humulu is maybe tanky, but not tanky enough. Merlin with another kill for PERTINAX, and now there is a big botline engagement with this feathers. She can actually kill the Poppy. Wonderfully played by Mr. Hub and by Leolas.
Yeah, PERTINAX has the upper hand. Again, they got 2 Drakes that are good for them. They get more armor. That's even worse for Dynasty with the AD comp. That means that if Fiora is ahead and she has to deal with so much armor, and then you have, like, normally you can't fight with an Alistair against a Poppy, but somehow they did, and they won the fight.
Yeah, really strong by PERTINAX group. And they just get the little skirmishes right, and later on they can play teamfights, right? So, but there's at least Divine Thunderer now for Asagi, so might can start to do some work on the top lane. But there's still the rock, not the Johnson, but another rock. And Rock goes space, but he has teleport, so the tower shouldn't fall. And now there is even a lane swap actually from PERTINAX because they want to secure the second turret as well.
Yeah, why not? And also, you could get a kill here, but Asuka is level 7.
Hazaki played it well. Oh, there's no kill. Hazaki is too good.
Yeah. Don't we have some Fiora mains in the ESLOL?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Maki, or no, what was his name? Maki Mark? No.
No, that's the wrong run.
Marks? No. The guy from Aoma. What was his name again? He plays in first of now. I don't know, but he was a Fiora. I remember him playing against Wind, who also plays Division 1 now, on Olaf against Fiora, and he just outplayed him in a tower dive or something. But what was his name? Holy shit. Can't remember. But PERTINAX just with the next early objective, I mean, they just get everything at the moment.
Yeah, but they can do what they want, so why not? PERTINAX has the upper hand. The only one that's strong is Fiora. They can actually match someone. I think Shisao is too strong. You know, Rihanna. And there's the tower. Yeah, on 1 HP. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate.
That's true. Was a close one. Would have been first turret. But I don't think that any other turret is in danger of falling, so... And I believe that mid-hub can just go for the turret now. Yeah, they just abandoned it.
Ah, it's Mach.
And Mark, yeah. Thank you. But yeah, at the moment, I mean, one of the biggest problems at the moment by PERTINAX, by Dynasty is they don't go for any like poke. I mean, on those objectives, normally you get into position and then you just poke them while they try to get into you, or you just poke them while they're doing the object, right? But you need to be the first, or at least close to them, just to poke them down consistently. But they just they weren't in time for any of those tricks. And at this second Herald, they just gave it up without doing anything. So their Procom just is not working at the moment. Now Homelu gets engaged, but he at the moment is still safe. No, he flashes out, but Tsingtao is still on his sleeves. Makala tries to get the kill together with Leolas. There comes the snack. So at least Leolas gets someone. Not the best gold for them, but it's fine. And now with Homelu is dead, that could be Drake again. Frankie is really low, so he can probably not poke. And that's just third trick.
And just like that, with a little misstep from Homelu here. And the Drake is already gone. So that's soul point for PERTINAX at this moment.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, just think about it. PERTINAX almost did not get into the normal season playoffs, and somehow now crushing like two of the best teams in the league. I mean, they crushed ESLOL, and now at the moment they really crushing PERTINAX, at least from objective-wise.
Yeah, I think the Fiora is the only thing that keeps them in the game for Dynasty.
Yeah. At the moment she's basically doing nothing than shoving.
Yeah,
and
but
she isn't.
The Malphite can't come. He has to answer that. So
yeah, but at the moment they don't need the Malphite. I think they needed him later. If those poke gems like get stronger and stronger, then you need the Malphite to reach them. But at the moment he can just stay top lane, shove waves, survive, because Fiora at least 3 or 4 items. She cannot just dive him easily with with just Divine Sunra, so he's pretty safe underneath the turret. And then, I mean, she's scaling, but scaling alone like isn't winning the game, right? So I think she just needs a lot more time and maybe some roams by the Malphite, because I think with 2 or 3 items, if she gets like 30 seconds or maybe a minute, like towers will fall, and that's maybe the biggest threat so far for PERTINAX. And I mean, there could be a window for the Fiora in around 3 minutes, because I believe PERTINAX will get Malphite to the soul fight. I mean, makes sense, right? And that could be a window for Dynasty to just stall, and hopefully just steal with Humulu and just get turrets with Fiora. But it's really hard. At least she gets 1 turret now, but PERTINAX gets a turret also. So yeah, just a good game by PERTINAX.
Yeah, I think the draft just says it. They are just it's easier to execute a team fight oriented comp than a full AD poke heavy one with Kai'Sa as your only AP option. Well, Rel can shred armor and stuff, but don't think that these 10% are worth it. But yeah, we'll see. We have to actually see a big team fight on what's going on also a how is it called, a siege situation with poke coming down. Also with the extra ocean dragon helps a bit with the against the poke. Also the mountain dragon, so that's actually perfect. And taking away these percentage adaptive force is also good. And yeah, now Xin Sao is a threat. Yes, the Spear of Sojin and the God Drinker. Now it's knock up heaven for the Xin Sao.
Yeah, like a lot of champions now having 2 items, 2 item power spikes, especially like both ADCs, Orianna, Sing Sao, and Trager spawning soon. I don't believe that Chase, maybe, I mean, he has Tyr, he has the hammer, so he might get his 2nd item as well. But it's really close. I mean, and there comes a full engage. They try to get Rel just because if she dies, then there's no stealing opportunity. But no, Makela maybe even dies. Okay, just gets out with his ultimate. But that was a good engage. But also good reactions by Frankie and by Craplord just flashing out of Malphite ult.
Yeah, and that's 2 for 3 ults. But I think Orianna ult doesn't even have a cooldown. It's up in like 20 seconds, I think. So they can just dance, Malphite eats the poke, and then they can engage again. Oh, yeah,
well, they try, but there comes Poke, and there's Fiora in the backline. She gets exhausted, she is dead. Meanwhile, in the front line, there's Alistar, but he's pretty unbeatable. Poppy now needs to flash out, but Craplord probably dies against Merlin. In the meantime, they try to chase down Frank with Makela and with Leolas, and they get the knockouts, they get the damage. So it's a winning team fight by PERTINAX, and it's so for PERTINAX. Humulu's still alive, so he could try to go for the steal. He has the vision. He could go in there, but I think he has just no chance. So that's Soul. That's a winning team fight. That's everything. And now they even try to go for Baron just because Frankie is dead, Craplord is dead, Hazaki is dead. That could be Baron.
Yeah, and with the Infernal Drake it's even faster. Also, all the damage they have. Makela is still full health after the team fight. And then just it's going down fast. Yeah, that's it. That's Soul and Baron for PERTINAX. This game should be over at this point if we get these 2 objectives right after each other, but it doesn't look like it will be. because yeah, well, the Kai'Sa has static shift, so she can just clear the wave. Yeah, there can be some flanks from the Poppy, split pushing from the Fiora. But yeah, they are also lacking some wave clear, in my opinion. So it's gonna be hard against that Baron buff.
And that's really tough with just Chase and Kai'Sa. I mean, Kai'Sa with static has some wave clear, but not against Baron minions. So that will be a tough one. And you will probably just drop 2 tier 2 turrets. Botliners pushing, midliners pushing. And I believe that they can even just try to go for a tower dive. I mean, they could try it at least. But they will just go for midlane turret now, and after that probably rotate to bot lane. Because there comes the wave. They abandoned the turret. Fiora can't hold it. So there could be an opportunity now to engage if they overstay. But turret could fall here. They might have enough damage. Yeah, that's it. Just 2 tier 2 turrets for nothing. Really well played at the moment.
The poke isn't even scratching Malphite. He's just eating these Jace Qs that normally deal 600 damage and just eating it. I'm like, yeah, the sword hits more than your Hextech bullets. Not even on Mr. Hobbit deals damage.
Oh, there comes the engage, there comes the tower dive. Good shockwave there, and that's the bomb combo they need to win such a teamfight. Humulu is dead, and now Mr. Hub runs down Crablord. He has no chance to ever get out there, and now it's just 3 people down. Fiora is in the mid lane, and Dark Q has no wave clear. That could be the game, and it's faster than the average game time by PERTINAX, so they just crushed down Dynasty in this first matchup of the day. And even the kill now for Mr. Hub here in the end. What a serious start. What a stomp actually by PERTINAX. I would have not bet on that. I mean, winning one game maybe, but just by this margin, just stomping Dynasty. That's not a bet I would have ever done.
Yeah, but I think it resulted in the team comp. The Malphite was a perfect pick against the full AD, and if you go poke, you have to have some AP damage somewhere, else you just lose out on every damage. And I think Jace couldn't poke, he didn't have the damage, he didn't have the gold, they were behind, and yeah, that's the result. PERTINAX is going 1-0.
Yeah, what a game. I believe we go into a short break, probably. I don't know if she has a break up their sleeves, but I would say so. And then we see you back in the next game, PERTINAX against Dynasty in this promotion tournament. See you soon in a couple of minutes.